Chainsaws were originally created for childbirth. This is this is so messed up, man. For this one, I would say this is like some murderous shit, like those murderers in horror movies. Those like psycho murderers. They always bring chainsaws or anything that could potentially kill the victim. And if I were to say that chainsaws relates to death and childbirth, chainsaws, death, then what's the point of childbirth anymore? You know? In 2020, all English rivers failed to meet quality tests for pollution amid concerns regarding sewage discharges and industrial and agricultural chemicals infiltrating the water system. Water companies released raw sewage into rivers on more than 200,000 occasions in 2019, accounting for damage to 36% of waterways. Okay, well, this is something that sucks because if they don't meet the pollution for like, if they don't meet, if they don't meet the quality test for pollution, that means that it's contaminated, and because of this they literally like threw out all the shit in the rivers and then damaged like the waterways. So that's just like, that's how a mental breakdown starts. When you like think about something and then it fails, and then you think about another thing and it fails, and eventually everything falls apart. Like, yeah, that's probably most of like my mental breakdowns, I guess. Like, why? Because it's so sad. The first part is that they didn't meet for the pollution. They didn't meet the quality test against pollution, but it's polluted and contaminated. And then they have to spread it and then damage the waterways. It's literally all shit, like raw sewage shit, and pee. So that's really, oh, that was like last year. Wow, I didn't know that. That's very depressing. Like, that's just so sad. I wonder if people who use the water are still alive, or how did they survive? I'm not sure, man. That's so morbid. Again, I don't know what humans are doing sometimes, but it's so sad to see people fail. Despite being no larger than a paperclip, the golden poison dart frog can kill humans with a single touch. Its skin is covered in a toxin that renders the nerves and muscles of its victims inactive, and the poison of one frog alone is enough to kill between 10 and 20 humans. So this has been a huge ass frog. And this is just a very dangerous frog. And really hates humans because it only kills humans. And this one frog can kill between 10 and 20 humans. Very amazing frog. So I guess like people who hate people would always be like asking right now, where can I find that frog? Because I want to kill people. In ancient Rome, some people would drink the fresh blood of a fallen gladiator, believing they would absorb that power. They also thought that drinking blood was a cure for epilepsy. Okay. Another thing that humans are weird because they drink fresh blood. And those blood, you smell blood, right? Before you probably have, sure girl, if you're a guy, I don't know, but you have smelled that, right? Imagine just tasting that. Very great. Because that would be like delicious. Just kidding. But then now they really did, because they thought that it would help them, and also a cure for epilepsy. Right now, if people drink blood to cure for epilepsy, I think that firstly it wouldn't work. Firstly, I don't think there's a cure for epilepsy, and secondly, maybe they would just throw all the blood again, like vomit blood, like literally, like, or maybe just like, I don't know, throw it out, you know. So, yeah. Men own 50% more of the world's wealth than women, and the 22 richest men in the world have more wealth than all the women in Africa combined. Oh gosh. If you're wealthy, you have a lot of money, hey, first of all, good for you, because I'm very poor. I don't think I can even afford a lot of money, even if I saved a lot of money, even in a job, which is just how it is. But if you have a lot of money and you choose to abuse your money on things or on people, then you know what? Just stop it. You are so much power just because you have money. Just don't abuse it. Like, I don't know. I just think billionaires, and those who are really rich, especially like in America, I think they're just like those like top-notch billionaires. I think they're just really weird. Like, they're smart, yeah, and on top of that, they're rich. I'm not like offended by that, but I think it just smells like up to no good, because you know, it's just, first it scares me how much you have money. Then I guess you might have to be affiliated by something that is bad. I don't know, I just think that way. But overall, do billionaires make the world a better place? No. I mean, like, choose your power wisely. If you have power, like, you know, donate, do like good causes. Really, I just, you know. The Black Death was a global epidemic of bubonic plague that devastated Europe and Asia in the mid-14th century. It arrived in Europe when 12 ships from the Black Sea docked at the Sicilian port of Messina. Most of the sailors aboard the ship were dead, while those still alive were seriously ill and covered in black balls that oozed blood. The next 5 years in Europe would turn out to be horrific, as the disease went on to kill over 20 million people, nearly one-third of the continent's population. Okay, that was really scary. It's like a plague that could just kill everybody. And some were already dead, some were alive, and they had black balls that oozed blood. That's terrifying. Balls and generally like, you know, under your skin or above your skin. But this one is black and there was blood coming out from it. That's just terrifying. And then they eventually die. So that's like a mark of history. Clouds of ash and gas from the eruption of Mount Vesuvius killed the inhabitants of Pompeii within minutes. The estimated 2,000 people would have been killed after about 15 minutes, and it's likely they had no idea what was happening. Yeah, so they all died. You know how like volcanoes are like dormant, inactive, but you just don't know when it might come out again. Like, I think those volcanoes that are really like gone and like not gonna erupt are rare, but those dormant ones, you can never know when they're gonna come out again, which is really scary. Like, people who live near there, like, they have to like literally flee, or if they were to think about it, they literally are in danger if it comes out again, all the ash and gas. Like, there's gonna be an eruption that will like flood the whole village, and then they'll be left with no houses at all, and then they might potentially die in the volcano. Count Dracula was inspired by the 15th century Romanian ruler Vlad the Impaler, who was infamous for his cruel methods of punishing his enemies. So, is this a vampire? Because Count Dracula is like a vampire. Okay, cool. if you are a vampire, you have so much power because you just like bite someone, you drink the blood, and then they'll be dead. There's no need for like other things really. But I don't know who is really that. So Stalin ordered photographs to be edited to remove people who had been murdered. Yeah, they probably just want the people who already died just be like gone and erased. Stone Age people. Stone Age people is depicted. Stone Age people depicted werewolves and vampires in their art. These human-animal hybrids seem to embody a primitive fear for humans, and they be depicted in rock art in Australia, South Africa, France, and Spain. Yeah, I love vampires. I think like vampires in Asian folklore, you know, the long-haired black lady and the white dress with the not clear face. I really like those. Like I don't think they are really very revengeful. I think mostly people are the ones causing problems to other people. Like people can use black magic, people can be rude, people can be evil, and that's the main cause. Like these spirits are, they can just roam around, or if they have unfinished business, they would lurk around. But and I just think that it's not because of like the ghosts themselves. I think it's mainly because maybe people have cursed you, or they're being playful, or like really they're not there to really like kill you, you know what I mean? Like they're just there like, it's just scary, yeah, but like you might never know, you may know why they're being here with you. So yeah. So have you guys ever heard about like guardian angels? Like in some religion and cultures, they actually do believe that guardian angel exists, and I think that prominently you can see like your guardian angel sometimes, or you have one, but you can know your guardian angel. So I don't know if you guys really have, or you have something guiding you in your life, but if you ever seen like a spirit, or like something like that helps you with your life, then you have to think of it in a good way, and do not like really just control them, or like really talk to them directly. They would already like probably know that it's just a presence that comforts you, that helps you when you're really down, like give you very good like encouragement. Sometimes you would feel like this presence, if you see or not it's okay, but you feel like this presence that is like watching and comforting you, might put like a hand over your back, or like try to hug you, and that is your guardian angel, because that person comforts you, especially in really sad times. Yeah, if you see them, just regard them. You already know if that spirit or any presence is good or bad. Just acknowledge the good. Anything in your life, just discredit the ones that are bad, that are negative, and don't help you in your life. So yeah, guardian angels are really there to help you, or just enjoy if you have one. If you don't have one, then you already know how you can go about your life. Just I think some special people, or if people have already gone through what I've said, or I felt that, then always know you're really not alone. I tend to think I really am alone because I rely on myself, and I don't really rely on anything else. I have this presence, or I can see this good spirit, it's fine. I just think that I'm very critical in my thinking, and I would know how to go about my life. So yeah, but you know how life can be really tough, so this presence can always just be there for you like at times. But I really hope that people can really stay alive, because I've been just reading and like hearing about the suicide cases, like in also related to supernatural things. Like for example, I was watching these videos by Singaporeans and how they share their ghost stories, and they said that before people died of suicide, they heard like these voices encouraging them to kill themselves. And I think for me, because I do hear voices every day, I think that it really hits different, because like if I just have these voices every day, and those people who wanted to commit suicide, they already probably didn't hear voices, or they already like having prolonged voices that are probably negative, or I'm not sure, but before they really died they heard someone telling them to kill themselves, which is really sad. Well, for me, because I hear voices every day, I could ignore them, or even if they curse me in a bad way or insult me in a bad way, I can just ignore me, because like somehow like I'm already used to it. But like for those people who heard voices telling them to kill themselves, it's just so sad, because they never experienced hearing voices. I'm not sure if they ever did also, in that point of time before they really jump off, they heard those evil voices that told them to jump off. And it's so sad, because like in life, like people have to realize that they have the ability in their own decision making, and the thing that really has to be important is your own life, because you only have one life, and you don't need like anybody else to tell you to, you know, kill yourself or harm yourself, because you are in control of yourself. You don't need anybody else. You don't need an external influence to tell you what to do in a really bad way, actually, because it's you harm. Because you are a human being and you matter yourself. You don't need to succumb to lousy energy. You need to be stronger than what you think, because if that's not the case, people can easily crumble. And I always think that humans are really fragile. They can be affected by certain triggers, certain situations, certain people, and this is really something that really needs to be taken seriously. Your life is important to yourself. It doesn't matter what other people say. You just have to really think about it when you're alone. Never like contemplate and then do it, because you are so worthy. We all have those times where we really felt suicidal or really down, or just don't know what to do in life. Just make sure that you try to like take easy on yourself and eventually find yourself again, so you can find something that's worth living, or you can just enjoy the moment that, okay, I can watch something that makes me laugh, I can eat my favorite food. Doesn't matter what people have to say about you. If people put you down, if your thinking is too much, if your thinking is too muddled up, please just let yourself know that. Try to help yourself out of it, and don't let your thoughts consume you, and be eventually in touch with yourself again, and be like, okay, I cannot do this because that's not what I want to do, and I still have my heart is beating, so let's just keep going in life, because now is not the time. Like I said, anybody can go anytime, just now is not the time. So let's just not think too much. Let's just try to embrace ourselves for who we really are, and find something that really motivates you to go for in your life. But you all go back to yourself. There's no other people that can help you except yourself.